Hello everyone, I am so glad you have joined me for another cleaning video. We are going to get a lot done today. We are going to also declutter and organize a few spaces, but mostly just cleaning the areas in the house that desperately need it before we go out of town. So I am so glad you're here today. Sit back, relax, or clean with me because we have so much to get done. So per usual, I will get started either in my kitchen or my bedroom. It is a wonderful way to set up the mood, to get the momentum going, to start cleaning. I feel like when you start in these spaces, it just sets the tone. Let me know if you guys agree or which chore is it that just kind of gets you going for the next little tasks that you need to do. So as I had mentioned, we are going out of town. So of course, like a crazy person, not really crazy, you know what I mean. I am going to clean this house from top to bottom because when I return, I want it to be in tip-top shape. I always do that even if I am going somewhere for the day. I want to make sure my house is put together so when I come back it is good to go. I do not like coming home to a messy house. Are you cleaning? Are you doing laundry? Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. So while the sheets are washing and also the bath mats, I'm going to show you a little before of this bathroom. It is really difficult for me to keep this room clean. I don't know what it is. Even for myself, I come in here and I just pull things out and I don't put them back, which is a huge problem, obviously. But I wanted to tackle some of this stuff under the sink. I'm going to declutter some of the items in here, throw things away, and then just tidy it up and organize it really quick. Super quick zooming through this. I try to stay on top of my decluttering and organizing just because that way it's not such an overwhelming project. Oftentimes, especially while doing these videos and having cleaning and decluttering content, I will leave things for some epic video, but I am learning that it is okay to just go ahead and tackle it, take care of it while you're in this space. It doesn't have to be this epic thing, and that's kind of been a learning process for me, but it has really helped me keep my spaces clean. But again, it's always a work in progress. I'm going to continue cleaning the countertops. Now, you did see that I used the Clorox bleach mainly because I saw some areas in the sink that desperately needed a good deep clean, especially inside of the drain. I noticed it was looking a little moldy, so you saw me spray that in there. And then I am just using some of the residual and wiping the countertops as a disinfectant. Now, I don't usually do this, especially with this rag, but I was in here and I just tackled it. I don't spray the Clorox bleach directly on these stone countertops. I just don't think it's safe to do that, but I did use a little bit of diluted residual on the washcloth and wiped it down, and then used my Method stone cleaner, which is by far my favorite. And then I'm moving on and I'm using my Sprayway, which is an all-time favorite of mine for glass cleaner. I think it is the best, and I'm going to clean these giant mirrors. These things are so huge, but I'm going to clean these entirely because there were so many splatters on here. So this room desperately needed a good mopping, so before I do so, I'm going to use my vacuum in here. Now you guys know I have the Kirby and I love it, but it can be really cumbersome and just huge. So my Dyson has definitely still been used a ton, but for the carpeted areas upstairs and all the places like that, the Kirby really is the best way to get the deepest clean. I can feel the most difference in the air as well after I use it, but the Dyson is great for these, hardwood floors, laminate tile, things like that. So I'm going to do this entire floor and then I'm going to mop it, but I'm also going to have to spray right here because Drew's cat just thinks that it can go wherever it wants to go and just do its business, and I'm getting pretty fed up with it, to be quite honest. So I had to disinfect some of the areas before I cleaned it with the mop because that's just gross.
To start about to let us know how to grow.
I love a good before and after, so I'm being very diligent to make sure I add those into all of my videos because I feel like it is so satisfying to watch. After I've done that, the bathroom looks so good, but spoiler alert, it does not look like that anymore. I've actually got to clean it again today after I do this voiceover. So into the kitchen I go, and I'm just going to clean off the countertop because it is always a catch-all in here. Now, if you see right there, I do have the Tinico, I think that's the name, floor vacuum mop. I do use that quite often, but I'm going to use my spin mop. Before I do so, I've got to clean these countertops, and I'm going to just refill my Method cleaner here. I buy a big bottle of this. I guess that's a half gallon. I don't know. I didn't look at how much there was in there. But when I tell you guys I love this stuff, I mean it. I buy it time and time again to the point to where I buy large quantities of it, so I always have it in stock. It is so good for your countertops. It makes them the cleanest I think I've ever seen. So let me know what you guys use for your quartz, granite, or stone countertops, but Method for me is the best. I mean, you can get it, I think you can get it at Walmart, but I always get mine at Target, and I used to get it delivered from Grove. By far, my favorite task is to clean my sink. I love it. And this sink in particular gets really nasty, especially in the seams over there. It just gets nasty every single day. This sink gets clean. So today is no different, and I'm going to tackle it. I'm just using regular dish soap with my Scrub Daddy and giving it a good scrub. Nothing fancy, nothing extra special, and it works. It works every time. Now you can get all fancy with it if you want to, but save your money and just use some dish soap. I'm going to tell you, one thing I have learned about being on YouTube, but just also in my journey in cleaning, like if you guys have been here for a while, you know that I actually used to clean houses for a living. Well, one thing I have learned is you don't have to go and spend a lot of money to clean your home and to keep it clean and to make it a really nice place to live. And I feel like, and I've mentioned this so many times before, because I'm a victim to it as well, I guess I could say. My eyes are bigger than my wallet, and when I see influencers, YouTubers, Instagrammers, fill in the blank, sharing things, I'm like, oh, I've got to have that. That's going to make the difference. That's going to make things better, when in reality what you've got is probably perfectly fine. So if you see me share something, whether it's sponsored or just something I love, or you see somebody else on this platform sharing something, just take a step back and think, do you really need that? Now, want and need are very different, and you guys know that, but do I really need that? Do I need that little gadget? Will it make my life easier? If you have the funds to go and buy those things whenever you want, then have a lot of fun. But if you're struggling with leaving these videos and feeling like, I can't keep up with these girls, I cannot, buy these things, like even when it comes to decorating, I can't decorate my house like that. I can't go on all these shopping sprees. Friend, neither can I. Okay, can we just take a moment and be transparent? Neither can I. My husband and I work our booties off. Okay, he's an AC contractor, and I do YouTube, and I also do other social media things, and we work a ton. And so it is really discouraging for me when I watch other people sharing all these gadgets that are really cool, these Amazon things, or just like the way they decorate. I'm like, I want that. But let me tell you something, you can make it work. And I hope that when you're at my channel, you never have that comparison tug at your heart, because that is never my goal here. Ultimately, my goal is, with a little soap and some elbow grease, you can make your home absolutely beautiful no matter what you're going through, and you don't have to spend a lot of money to make your house a home. So I hope that comes through in my videos. I hope when you watch my videos, you know how much I care for you guys. It's not just a show. It's never been just a show. I've always put myself out there for you, but I also want you to know that when you're here, listen, if you love what you see here, it's because it's a reflection of you, not me. If you love my decorating skills, you can do that too. I'm no one extraordinary, okay? I'm just like you. We're in this together. So I know that was a little long segment, but I really feel like it's so necessary, especially the holiday seasons when everyone's showing everything. These videos can be they can tug at you a little bit, but I want this to be a place where you feel motivated, inspired, encouraged, and also, more than anything, that you feel absolutely worthy in all that you are and all that you can do.
See the signs when everyone knows it, that you still ignore the strongest part of your own mind. You wanna cease it cause you need it, but you're drifting off the shore. You wanna reach, but not believing. Gotta lift your head out while you can. What's the point of being lost? There's water under the bridge. To pay attention to what matters not. Levitate above the mist. You will end up on top again. Just follow me, baby. It's the roses will bloom again when we have found a home. I don't know what you're looking for, 'cause clearly you can see the signs. When everyone knows it, that you still ignore the strongest part of your own mind. You wanna see you're drifting off the shore. You wanna reach, gotta lift your head out while you.
One of my favorite things about this particular spin mop, also with the handle, it's super sturdy. It does not bend, and it can be extended, so it's easy for someone as tall as my husband, who is 6'3.5", to mop as well, which he is very sweet. He will do it often, but also the little rollers on the bottom you saw me rinsing. I love that because I can roll it all throughout the house. I'll try to remember to put that link in my description box. I know I've done it so many times, but it's a really, really awesome mop. And I also love that I'm supporting an actual family, I think that's probably my favorite thing, but their product is just exceptional. So the house has been mopped. It feels really good. I always say that it feels really good. Do you notice that, like, when you clean a space, it feels really good? Like, you can walk into a clean house and it feels really good. So the house feels really good, and the fur babies are so exhausted by watching their mama go crazy all over this house cleaning, just cleaning, because when we leave, which is actually the next day, I want to make sure it is, like I said, totally clean. So I'm showing you a little overview of some of my Christmas decorations, but another spoiler alert, it doesn't look like this anymore. When I came back from Georgia, I took everything down off this tree and I revamped it. So real quick, I'm going to add these little rug grippers to the bottom of this Noah. I think that's how you say it, Noah, Noah, Land of Noah rug. It is an anti-fatigue rug. I love having the rug in the middle of the kitchen, but the reality is when you do dishes as much as we do for both Chris and myself, it just makes sense to have an anti-fatigue rug here, and it's awesome. But I will say that those little grippers did not work at all. Eventually it started sliding all over the place, so those grippers are better for a regular rug, not something like this. So I am coming into my room. I'm going to tackle some of these spaces here, and then I'm going to put the clean sheets on the bed. I also wanted to make a quick correction. It is N-O-A. Land of Noah, N-O-A. So I wanted to add that correction. As I had mentioned, I had taken all of the decorations off the Christmas tree. When I had initially put up the tree, I didn't realize this until I actually had a moment, had a breather. I was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed with trying to plan to go out of town and just the content I needed to make. I felt overwhelmed. So everything, even decorating, was overwhelming me. But you know what's cool is that I am human and I can change my mind, and so can you. So when I came home, I was in a different headspace, and so I made the tree a way I loved. And you know what? Just a little encouragement. If there is something that you're not loving, you have the opportunity to change your mind too, because we are human and we're allowed to do that. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Will you make sure you hit that like button? It helps my channel out a ton. And to take an extra step, I would love to have you join my family and hit that subscribe button. I post videos every single week. I love you all so much. Thank you for allowing me to take a little bit of a break and spend time with my family. And I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Bye, guys.